Hi, my beloved viewers. I'm so happy to see you all here. Welcome to the cutest, most exciting, and of course, the fluffiest game, Doge Head Escape. Oh, you have no idea how amazing this is going to be. We're going to save tiny little kittens who have been locked in cages by evil dogs. These adorable little fluff balls are waiting for us, and we absolutely have to rescue them. Just imagine how wonderful it will be to open the cages, free these precious babies, and then carry them to the big cat waiting for them. It's so exciting! Oh, I can't wait to get started. But wait just a minute. Before we dive into this grand adventure, make sure to subscribe to our channel. It's super important. The more of us there are, the more energy we'll have to save all the kittens. And of course, smash that like button if you love fluffy kittens as much as I do. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on all the upcoming missions and fun moments. I'm sure we're going to become an awesome team of rescuers. Everything's going to be amazing, guys. So subscribe and like right now.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Joy makes it all sound so fun, but I'm a little scared. You see, the game Doge Head Escape isn't just a fun game. The kittens, they're really in trouble. Those evil dogs have locked them up in cages. I don't know what they might do next, but it's definitely not good. And we have to rescue them. But it's not going to be as easy as it seems. The game is full of traps, guard dogs, and they can spot us at any moment. We'll need to be very careful. You see, if we don't make it, or if we get caught, then the kittens will stay in the cages. And that's terrible. So please, be very cautious and attentive when you play. We have to plan everything ahead so that nothing goes wrong. Oh, and it would be really great if you subscribe to the channel. Yeah, it's really important because that way you can stay updated on all the new videos. And if something goes wrong, at least you'll know how to fix it and maybe give us a like if you really like it and the notification bell. Don't forget, just in case, to stay informed.
Oh, come on. There's nothing to be scared of. Guys, let's just have fun on this adventure. We're all in this together, and we're going to nail it. Saving kittens is such an amazing experience. Just imagine how you'll outsmart those evil dogs, find the keys, and open the cages. And then, carry those sweet little fluff balls back to their big cat, and they'll be so happy to finally be free. And you'll be the heroes who helped them. Isn't that awesome? Oh, and I almost forgot. If you want more people to know about our adventures and join us in saving these adorable creatures, make sure to subscribe right now. The more of us there are, the faster we'll rescue all the kittens. And of course, hit that like button for this video. That way, we'll know you love saving animals. And don't forget about the notification bell because we have so many more missions and exciting games ahead.
Well, yeah, probably. But you see, guys, we can't just rush in. We have to be careful. There are evil dogs guarding the cages, and if we make a mistake, everything could go wrong. I'm afraid that something might go off plan. Imagine if they spot us and catch us. The kittens might get hurt. So I want you all to be super, super careful. Every move you make has to be well thought out. If you mess up, well, it might be hard to go back and fix everything. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because if something goes wrong in this game, we can all analyze it together and figure out how to save all the kittens next time. And if you're feeling like you enjoy this rescue process, that you really want to help the kittens, hit the like button, but only if you're sure, and the notification bell. Hit it to stay up to date, just in case. You don't want to miss any important updates.
Story will be about how joy, anxiety, anger, and disgust found themselves in Max's head as he prepared for a prestigious cooking competition. Each of them helped him handle this important event in their own way. I'm so thrilled to be here helping Max prepare for this amazing cooking competition. This is a fantastic opportunity for him to showcase his culinary skills and gain recognition. We decided to make the preparation process as enjoyable and positive as possible. I suggested that Max play his favorite music and dance while he cooks. We picked out recipes that are not only delicious, but also visually appealing to impress the judges. When we started cooking, I made sure Max felt inspired and joyful. We even did a few creative tasks, like presenting the dishes in unique shapes, which added some fun to the process. Look at him smile and enjoy the cooking. It's so important to be in a good mood when doing something important. It helps to handle any difficulties and perform better.
Oh, I just can't calm down. These cooking competitions can be really challenging. We need to be ready for everything. I keep reminding Max of the importance of meticulous preparation. We reviewed the recipes several times to make sure everything was correct and discussed potential issues that might arise. I suggested he create a detailed plan of action so that each step of the cooking process goes smoothly. We also made a list of all the necessary ingredients and equipment to ensure nothing is forgotten. Every step matters, and even small details can have a big impact on the result. We did a few test runs to see how all the ingredients behave and adjusted the recipes to his taste. I hope we can handle any surprises and that everything goes smoothly.
Why does everything always have to be so complicated? These recipes are full of little details that need to be followed, and it's so irritating. I can't stand it when things start to go off track. I insisted that Max focus only on the most important aspects of cooking and not get distracted by unnecessary details. We made a list of key steps that need to be completed to avoid wasting time on trivialities. I also specified which ingredients should and shouldn't be used. It's crucial for Max not to get frustrated by minor problems. We determined exactly what needed to be prepared and removed all the extra details that could be distracting. I hope this helps him stay focused and succeed without getting upset over every little thing.
Ugh! I can't stand looking at this mess in the kitchen. There are crumbs and leftover food everywhere, and it's absolutely disgusting. I insisted that Max clean up his kitchen before he started cooking. We organized all the ingredients and kitchen tools to keep everything clean and orderly. I suggested he get rid of old and unnecessary items, wash all the dishes, and clean the work surfaces. A clean kitchen isn't just pleasant, it's essential for staying focused without being distracted by dirt and unpleasant smells. Now everything looks much better, and Max can focus on preparing the dishes without interruptions. I hope this helps him be more organized and productive.
Look how everything has turned out for the better. Max really managed to overcome all the challenges and prepared stunning dishes. He was in an excellent mood and enjoyed the process, and it paid off. His dishes looked amazing and tasted delicious, and everyone was thrilled with his culinary creations. We did a few rehearsals and everything went smoothly. I'm so happy I was able to help Max maintain a positive attitude and confidence in his abilities. When everything goes according to plan and the results meet expectations, it's incredibly satisfying. It's wonderful to see when effort and hard work lead to such fantastic results. In the end, each of them played an important role in preparing Max for the cooking competition. Joy made the process more enjoyable and positive. Anxiety helped organize the details and prepare for potential problems. Anger focused on the main aspects and eliminated unnecessary details, and disgust cleaned up the kitchen. Together, they helped Max successfully participate in the competition and achieve excellent results. And the next story will be about how Joy found herself in Tom's head as he planned an unforgettable adventure for his younger brother's birthday. Tom had been thinking for a while about how to make his younger brother's birthday special. That's when Joy stepped in to help. Instead of a typical party, I suggested creating a real adventure in the park, filled with fun and surprises. First, we needed to choose a theme for the adventure. We decided on a treasure hunt quest. I suggested Tom make a treasure map that led to various stations with tasks and prizes. Each stage was decorated with bright colors and drawings to create the feel of a real adventure. We also organized several fun tasks, from finding hidden objects to solving riddles and completing silly challenges. Each completed task brought joy and a sense of accomplishment. I helped Tom plan and prepare small prizes for each stage to make them even more exciting. On the birthday itself, I was thrilled to see Tom's younger brother and his friends eagerly completing the tasks. Their faces lit up with happiness as they found clues and solved puzzles. I suggested Tom prepare a final surprise, a big gift hidden at the end of the quest to cap off the adventure on a high note. Well, our review has come to an end, and I'm so glad we could spend this time together. I hope you enjoyed our Easy Grow Obby mode. If you did, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Your feedback is very important to us, and your likes and subscriptions help us keep creating these exciting videos for you. Also, if you have ideas for future videos or suggestions for modes, be sure to share them in the comments. We always love to hear your thoughts and ideas. Thank you for being with us, and see you soon in the next videos. Goodbye, friends! Hello, everyone! I'm so excited that you're with us again. Today, we're in for something truly creepy, but that only makes it more thrilling. We're going to play a mode called Escape Evil Dog House. Imagine a house full of dark corridors, strange noises, and maybe even an evil dog chasing us at every turn. We have to find a way out, and we'll need all our courage and wits to do it.
Oh, this house. The more I think about it, the more anxious I get. What if we can't find the exit? And what if there's something even scarier inside than we can imagine? I'm already uneasy just thinking about the name, Evil Dog House. Anything could be in there. Every time you hit the subscribe button and it helps calm me down a bit because I know you're with us and supporting us through this tough challenge.
Yes, guys, your support is really important to us. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, make sure you do it right now. Smash that like button if you enjoy watching us face these scary challenges, and don't forget to click the bell so you can be the first to know when we upload new videos. And you know what? Leave a comment. Tell us what you think about today's mode, and let us know if you have ideas for other games we should play next. We always love reading your thoughts and suggestions.
And please don't forget about the bell. I'm always worried that someone might miss our videos, especially ones as intense as today's. Your subscriptions and likes give me confidence that we're not alone in this creepy house, that you're with us, and that helps me deal with the fear. Well, I guess it's time to start. I just hope we can make it out of there safe and sound.
Ugh, this place is absolutely revolting. I mean, just look at these walls. They're covered in grime, and I swear I saw something slimy moving in the corner over there. And the smell. It's unbearable. It's like a mix of wet dog, moldy food, and something sour. I can barely stand to be in here, let alone think about how we're supposed to escape. And don't even get me started on the thought of touching anything in this house. Every door handle, every step, every inch of this place is probably covered in germs and filth. The very idea of brushing up against something in here makes my skin crawl. How are we supposed to find a way out when every surface is so disgusting? I'm almost more afraid of getting covered in dirt and grime than I am of that so-called evil dog that's supposed to be lurking around. And speaking of that dog, I shudder to think about what it might look like. I mean, if this house is any indication, it's probably just as filthy, drooling, and covered in who knows what. Ugh, this is going to be one long, nauseating escape, and I'm not looking forward to getting any closer to whatever that dog is. We need to find a way out of here, and fast, before I lose it completely in this repulsive place.
Story time. Story will be about how Tim found a stray dog and brought it home. Oh, what a wonderful day. Tim found this adorable puppy on the street, and he looked so sad and lost. You can't imagine how my heart fluttered with joy when Tim decided to bring him home. Those big, curious eyes of the puppy just made me smile. I felt my heart overflowing with happiness as Tim embraced him, and the puppy shivered with excitement and hope. I could already imagine how we would play together, how Tim would train him, and how they would spend time outside. It was so touching. The puppy was full of energy and joy, and I was sure he would bring a lot of happiness into our home. We'd have games, training sessions, and of course, a lot of time spent together. It would be just perfect.
I have to admit, despite all the joy, I was tormented by doubts and fears. I kept worrying that this could be dangerous. The puppy could not only be dirty, but also carry some diseases. What if he had health issues that could spread to others? Or if he started behaving aggressively? We needed to prepare as well as we could. We might face unforeseen problems, such as allergies to fur or the need for frequent vet visits. And how would we explain to Tim's parents that we now had another pet? These questions kept nagging at me. I was adamant about the need for health checks for the puppy and ensuring he had all his vaccinations. After all, our health and safety come first.
When I saw anxiety starting to panic, I just blew up. How much worrying can we do? We need to look at the situation with optimism and energy. This puppy needs our help and love, not endless fears and doubts. Yes, I understand that there could be problems, but shouldn't we give this little guy a chance? We can and should handle any difficulties. I was ready to stand up for our new friend and show that we could manage. Training, discipline, care, these all require effort. but that's no reason to worry. We are up to the task. I made sure the puppy was well behaved, that he wasn't misbehaving, and that he wasn't creating problems. In the end, we can handle any situation if we work together.
Okay, I admit that my initial reaction wasn't the best. This puppy was in terrible shape, and I couldn't stand looking at his dirty fur and the awful smell. It was revolting when I saw him climbing onto the sofa and leaving dirt everywhere. But to be honest, I softened a bit when I saw Tim and Joy starting to clean him up. Oh, I immediately told them we needed to wash and disinfect everything thoroughly to get rid of all the dirt. Now that the puppy is clean and tidy, I started to see him differently. Still, I keep a close eye on cleanliness to ensure he doesn't leave fur all over the house or dirty our belongings. But, to be honest, I've gotten used to his presence and even found him cute when he happily runs around.
Now that the puppy has become a part of our lives, we helped Tim adapt to the new responsibilities. Joy was over the moon watching Tim and the puppy play in the park, how they learned new commands together and simply enjoyed the time spent together. Anger relentlessly ensured that the puppy learned all the necessary lessons and became more disciplined. Disgust, though trying to be tolerant, still checked to make sure the house was always clean and tidy. And anxiety was still worried, but increasingly calmed down as she saw the puppy growing and becoming part of the family. We all helped Tim handle the new challenge and adapt to life with a new pet, and it was a whole adventure full of joy, care, and trials. Here's a long story about Tim helping stray animals, written from the perspectives of joy, anger, anxiety, and disgust. Let's dive into a heartwarming story about Tim, who showed immense kindness to stray animals. It all began on a chilly autumn day when Tim stumbled upon a group of hungry stray animals huddled together in a park. As he approached them, he noticed their sad, hungry eyes. With a bright smile, Tim immediately decided to help. He went home and gathered all the leftover food he could find, along with some water. Returning to the park, Tim set up a little feeding station, carefully placing bowls of food and water for the animals. The joy in his heart was palpable as he watched the strays begin to eat, their tails wagging and their eyes lighting up with gratitude. It was such a wonderful sight to see Tim making a difference in their lives.
Of course, while Tim was doing something admirable, it wasn't without its challenges. Not everyone was pleased with his actions. Some people in the neighborhood didn't appreciate the presence of stray animals and complained about the mess they made. One day, a grumpy old man came to Tim and angrily scolded him for feeding the strays. He even tried to scare them away, which made Tim very angry. It was infuriating to see someone ruin the good work Tim was trying to do. But despite the anger and the setbacks, Tim stood his ground and continued to care for the animals, determined to do what was right.
I couldn't help but feel anxious about Tim's safety throughout this endeavor. Every time he went to feed the animals, I worried about whether he would be safe, especially with the neighborhood's mixed reactions. There were concerns about whether the animals might become aggressive, or if Tim might face trouble from the local authorities or other people. The uncertainty of the situation was nerve-wracking. I constantly feared that something might go wrong, but Tim was always cautious and took necessary precautions to ensure his safety and the well-being of the animals.
I have to admit, the whole situation wasn't entirely pleasant. The park, where Tim had set up the feeding station, often became quite dirty. Leftover food and water created a mess, attracting not only stray animals but also other pests. The smell and the sight of the trash sometimes made me feel quite repulsed. It was tough to see the area become so unkempt. Despite Tim's good intentions, the reality of dealing with stray animals and the mess they brought was hard to handle. However, Tim never let this deter him and continued his efforts to care for the animals, showing that sometimes doing the right thing involves dealing with less pleasant aspects.
Well, friends, our adventure has come to an end. We hope you enjoyed the story about how Tim cared for stray animals. It was truly inspiring to see him showing kindness and care.
Yes, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss our upcoming videos. We have many more exciting stories and adventures ahead. Your subscription is really important to us.
Also, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It helps us understand what interests you and motivates us to create even more engaging content.
We look forward to your comments. Let us know what you enjoyed about today's video or share your ideas for future stories. Your feedback is very important to us, and we always take your suggestions into account.
Thank you so much for your support and attention. Every like and comment makes our channel better and inspires us to achieve new things. We can't wait to see you in the next video.
Don't forget to click the bell icon to stay updated with all the new content on our channel. Stay with us and see you soon. Goodbye.
Hello, friends. We're so happy you joined us today. We've got a lot of exciting stuff prepared for you, and we're sure you'll love it.
Yes, yes. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our new adventures. Give us a like so we know you enjoy what we're doing.
Hey, don't waste time. Subscribe to the channel and hit those likes. We're working hard for you, and it's the only way to support us. So come on, do it now.
Yeah, and don't forget to leave a comment. It's important for us to know what you liked or what you'd like to see next.
Well, let's get started. Today, our boy Tim will be playing Roblox in the Escape Toby's Hospital mode.
Oh, a hospital. I hope it won't be too scary. I always get nervous in places like this.
A hospital, huh? Tim can handle anything that comes his way. Let's see how he gets out of this mess.
I hope it's clean there, and there won't be any dirty corridors or filthy instruments. So shall we begin?
Great! We found the key. Tim, let's hurry and open that door. We're almost out of here.
Oh no, the doctor is right behind us. Tim, please be careful and don't drop the key. We need to move quickly.
Run faster, Tim. That doctor won't catch us if you keep up the pace. We won't let him get to us.
I can hear his heavy breathing. Tim, get that door open now. I can't stand the thought of him getting any closer.
This is kind of fun, isn't it? Crawling through the vents feels like we're on a secret mission. Tim, you're doing great.
I don't know, Joy. It's so cramped in here, and we don't know what's ahead. What if there are traps or something worse?
Stop worrying, Anxiety. Tim can handle it. He's been through worse. Just keep moving forward and we'll be out of here in no time.
I hope this vent doesn't get any grosser. I can already feel the dust sticking to my skin. Ugh, this is so disgusting.
Hey, look. I think I see a way out just ahead. We'll be in a new room in no time. Stay positive, everyone.
Oh no, we're here. What's that smell? It's getting stronger. I have a bad feeling about this.
Great, what now? More obstacles? Tim, get ready. We can't afford to slow down.
Look at those pipes. Green slime is oozing out of them. This is a nightmare. Tim, you'll have to jump on those blocks to get across. Just don't touch the slime.
We have an incredible story for you about how Tim ended up on a thrilling treasure hunt on a mysterious island. It all started when Tim found an ancient map in an old library. The map marked the way to a legendary treasure hidden on the enigmatic island. Tim was absolutely thrilled at the idea of going on this adventure.
Oh, absolutely! But it wasn't just about finding the treasure. The island was full of traps and dangers. Tim faced off against nasty sea monsters and evil pirates. One of the toughest moments was when he had to cross a bridge made of creaky planks. Tim kept stumbling and falling into the water. It was definitely not an easy challenge.
I was so worried too. Tim was constantly in danger. In the dark depths of the cave where he was searching for the treasure, he couldn't find his way out. I was afraid he might get lost or fall into some trap. But he showed such determination and managed to find an ancient mechanism that revealed secret passages.
And those creepy caves. They were full of muck, mold, and horrifying spiders that made even me shudder. Tim kept stepping in sticky slime, and the horrid smell filled the cave. It was clear that it wasn't easy for him, but he kept going despite all the disgust.
And finally, after all the hardships, Tim found the treasure. It was hidden in an ancient chest, and when he opened it, fireworks of precious gems exploded into the air. Tim was on cloud 9, and we were all so happy that he had overcome all the obstacles and found the treasure.
Yes, and I must admit he showed incredible willpower. Even though I'm not thrilled that everything went so smoothly for him, he deserves praise for handling those horrible trials.
It was a tense journey, and I'm glad it ended well. Tim proved that even in the scariest situations, you can find a way out.
Yes, although it was frightening and disgusting, Tim managed to overcome all the challenges. And perhaps those unpleasant experiences made his adventure even more exciting.
In the end, Tim returned home full of new experiences and stories. And although the journey was tough, he proved that with determination and bravery, you can overcome any obstacle. I hope you enjoyed this story. Get ready for another exciting story about Tim's adventure in a fantastical realm. This time, Tim found himself in a magical land where he had to compete in a grand tournament to save the Enchanted Kingdom. The tournament had all kinds of incredible challenges, from dragon racing to wizard duels. Tim was beyond thrilled to prove himself in such a magical setting.
Oh, the tournament wasn't all rainbows and butterflies. Tim had to face off against some of the most ruthless competitors. There was a particularly nasty sorcerer who constantly tried to sabotage Tim's efforts. Tim was furious when his dragon was tampered with and almost lost the race. It was infuriating to see how low some people can go just to win.
I was on edge the whole time. The stakes were incredibly high, and one mistake could mean disaster. Tim had to navigate through a labyrinth filled with hidden traps and mystical beasts. There were moments when I feared he might get trapped or face a dangerous creature that could end his quest. Every turn seemed like it could be his last.
And the conditions in the labyrinth were just dreadful. The walls were covered in slimy moss, and the air was thick with a foul stench. Not to mention the creepy crawlies and the occasional burst of foul-smelling gas that made the whole experience just revolting. Tim had to wade through muck and fight off disgusting critters while trying to stay focused.
Despite all the challenges, Tim's perseverance paid off. He managed to navigate through the labyrinth, beat the sorcerer in the final duel, and win the grand prize, a magical artifact that could restore peace to the kingdom. Tim's excitement was through the roof when he realized he had saved the realm and achieved his goal.
It was satisfying to see Tim triumph over those who tried to bring him down. Even though it was a hard-fought victory, Tim showed that determination and courage can overcome even the nastiest obstacles.
I'm relieved that everything turned out well in the end. Tim's bravery and quick thinking saved the day. The tension was immense, but he handled it all with incredible skill.
As much as I hated the nasty conditions and the gross encounters, I have to give Tim credit for pushing through. His ability to endure the disgusting aspects of the quest and still come out on top was truly impressive.
And that's the story of Tim's magical tournament adventure. He proved once again that no matter how challenging or disgusting the situation, with determination and a positive spirit, you can achieve greatness. Thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoyed the story. Today, we're going to tell you an incredible story about how we, joy, anger, anxiety, and disgust, used to be in the mind of a criminal. Yes, it's true. We were part of his mind and helped him turn his life around. It all started many years ago when this criminal was just beginning his path.
Yeah, it was something. We were all filled with rage and hatred, and honestly, it was quite an unpleasant time. This criminal was furious, and I was the main source of his anger. He constantly directed his rage at others, which of course led him to a lot of problems.
On the other hand, I was there to remind him of all the possible dangers and consequences of his actions. My anxiety and fear often spilled over to him, making his life even more stressful. I was always in his head, highlighting how risky and dangerous everything was.
I can't forget how I filled his mind with repulsive thoughts. He was full of disgust towards the world around him, and that didn't help his mood at all. He only saw the bad in everything, which just made things worse.
But everything changed one fine day. At some point, he started to realize that this life wasn't bringing him happiness. I began to remind him that joy and satisfaction could be found outside of this darkness. We started working together to guide him on the right path.
Yeah, I admit it wasn't easy. He had to deal with my anger and learn to control it, but in the end, he learned to use it for positive purposes. He began fighting for justice instead of spreading chaos.
I also helped him by showing that fear and anxiety could be used to avoid real threats and make thoughtful decisions. I taught him that sometimes dangers can be prevented by taking the right measures.
And I played my part too. I helped him see that disgust and aversion could be overcome, and that it's important to strive for cleanliness and order. He learned to appreciate the good things in life and stopped focusing on what disgusted him.
In the end, we all helped him change his life. Now he lives an honest life, helps others, and has found his place in society. We are proud that we were able to help him become the best version of himself.
Yes, I'm glad he realized that anger isn't the path to happiness. He learned to use his energy for something good.
And I'm happy that his fear and anxiety now help him avoid real dangers, rather than creating them.
And I'm glad he was able to overcome his negative feelings and find joy in life.
So, friends, that's the story. Even the darkest and most negative thoughts can be transformed into something good. It's never too late to change your life for the better. Thanks for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed our story.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride. Remember, even when things get tough, you've got the power to make a change.
And if you ever feel overwhelmed, just take a deep breath and think things through. You've got this.
Don't forget to keep things clean and stay true to yourself. It's the little things that make a big difference.
Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed our time together. Your support really helps.
Goodbye for now. Remember, keep striving for the best.
Bye, everyone. Hey, friends. We're back together again, and today we have a real challenge ahead of us. We're going to try to escape from the creepy Mr. Nightmare's school. This is going to be an incredibly thrilling adventure, and I can't wait to get started. But before we dive into this spooky atmosphere, I want to remind you how important your support is. Every like you give us is like a ray of light in this dark place, helping us move forward and overcome every obstacle.
Guys, this school is a real nightmare come true. You have no idea how crucial your involvement is. Likes and subscriptions aren't just empty clicks. They give us the strength to fight and push on when everything seems hopeless. So don't hold back. Support us, and we'll show Mr. Nightmare what we're made of.
I'm so worried for Tim. This school is full of traps and dangers, and I'm terrified just thinking about what could happen if we miss something. Please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single moment. With every subscription, there's a chance someone else will see this video and help with advice in the comments. And with notifications turned on, you won't miss a single detail of our adventure.
Ugh, I can already sense how much dirt and nastiness awaits us ahead. But you know what will help me not feel so grossed out? Your comments. Share your thoughts on our playthrough, give tips on how to avoid traps, and just share what's on your mind. And let's keep it positive. Only good vibes and helpful advice, okay? No rudeness, just friendliness and support.
Yes, everyone. Together, we can get through Mr. Nightmare's school. Your likes, subscriptions, and comments are what make our adventures possible. We love sharing the most exciting moments with you, and with your support, we'll be doing it even more often and better. Let's make this episode unforgettable. Right now, our boy Tim is lifting some very heavy boxes to get to the top. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff waiting for us up there.
I don't think there's anything interesting waiting for us up there. I think there's a lot of dangerous and difficult things ahead. I'm so worried about Tim. What if he can't handle it? What if he gets hurt on some sharp metal edges?
Don't panic! Tim has handled tougher things than this. He'll get through this level with ease.
I think we're in for a lot of dirty, disgusting, and unpleasant things ahead. And also,
Let's not worry and get anxious. To distract ourselves, let's tell stories to our favorite viewers.
Yes, I agree.
Story will be about how Tim ended up in a parallel world where everything is reversed. One day, Tim stumbled upon a strange door in an old abandoned building. Thinking it might be something exciting, he opened it and found a glowing portal. He stepped through and found himself in a parallel world where everything was upside down. The sky was beneath him, and people walked on the ceiling. Oh, Tim, this is incredible. We're in such an amazing world where everything is upside down and looks completely different. Can you imagine how thrilling it is to see the world from this unusual perspective? We can walk on ceilings and see clouds under our feet. Every corner of this world is full of wonders, and I can't wait to discover what's next. Everything feels so unique and exciting. With every new step, my heart fills with joy and delight as we experience this fantastic adventure together. And you know what's the most amazing part? Here, we can see familiar things in a completely new light. For instance, how clouds flow across the ceiling, how rivers run along walls, and how we walk on the upper floors of buildings while the buildings themselves seem to float in the air. It's like we've entered a world of fantasies and dreams where the boundaries of the ordinary and extraordinary are blurred. I'm ready to explore every corner of this world, and I'm sure there are thrilling discoveries ahead.
Honestly, I was a bit annoyed when I saw that everything was upside down and completely different from what we're used to. But you know what? It's actually better. It's like a challenge that's worth taking. This strange, reversed environment makes our journey even more thrilling. We can use this oddity to our advantage and find ways to overcome all the obstacles in our path. Let everything be reversed. It only adds excitement and drive to our adventure. We'll stick together and tackle any challenges that come our way. Yes, it might seem that everything is difficult and unfamiliar, but that's what makes our adventure so thrilling. Every step is a challenge. Every obstacle is a chance to show our skill and ingenuity. We won't let these strange conditions stop us. In the end, overcoming difficulties only adds adrenaline and makes the victory even sweeter. So let's go, despite all the inverted things and unusual conditions.
All this looks pretty frightening. We're in a completely unfamiliar world, and I can't help but worry about what might be waiting for us. What if there are hidden dangers we don't know about? We don't understand how this gravity works, and what might happen if we're not careful. I really don't like the thought of stumbling into something dangerous or ending up in an unpleasant situation. I hope we can find a way back home safely and not get hurt along the way. Every move we make here could have unexpected consequences. I'm anxious about the possibility of running into some trap or ending up in a situation we can't get out of. Our usual landmarks don't work here anymore, and that makes everything so unpredictable. I can't stop worrying about what might happen if we're not careful. We need to be cautious and act carefully to avoid anything truly dangerous.
I don't like how everything looks here. Everything is reversed and strange, and it's making me feel disgusted. This world seems dirty and unpleasant. I don't like that we'll have to walk on ceilings and view everything from such an unusual angle. I hope there's nothing too disgusting that we can't handle. Everything seems not only strange, but also really off-putting. I hope we find a way out quickly and return to a cleaner and more familiar world. And the entire reversed world looks like it hasn't been cleaned in ages. Dust and dirt hanging from the ceiling, as if someone forgot about cleaning. It's just unpleasant to see how untidy everything is and how we have to walk through these unappealing areas. It all seems not only strange, but truly repulsive. I hope we find a way out quickly and get back to a more orderly and familiar place.
Tim continued his journey through the reversed world, exploring its peculiarities and trying to adapt to the new conditions. Each of his inner friends experienced their emotions about what was happening, making the adventure even more interesting and challenging. And what will the next story be about? You will hear for yourself. Now, I'm so excited to tell you about how Tim recently met a group of amazing robot explorers. These robots are true adventurers, traveling across Earth and studying everything around them. When Tim first encountered them, his eyes lit up with excitement. He was amazed at how the robots gathered information about people and nature using their advanced technology. He immediately felt part of something grand and thrilling. Their mission isn't just about collecting data, but understanding our world better, exploring every detail, and uncovering hidden secrets. Tim was thrilled by the chance to be part of such an incredible journey. It was a real adventure filled with emotions and amazing discoveries.
But as you might expect, not everything went smoothly. Despite their advanced technology, these robots faced many challenges. Sometimes the robots made mistakes, which caused frustration. For example, there was a time when their research led to incorrect conclusions, and Tim and his new friends found themselves in a tricky situation that required immediate resolution. This really angered Tim because he had to fix problems caused by technical glitches or incorrect data. Yet, it was during these moments that Tim showed his true character and ability to handle challenges. These trials, though stressful, allowed Tim to learn a lot about himself and the importance of staying calm and finding solutions even in the toughest situations.
I can't help but worry for Tim when he found himself in such a complex situation. The robot explorers, although smart and well-prepared, could still face unforeseen dangers. I always felt anxious when Tim and his new friends encountered unexpected problems, like technical failures or complex conditions that required quick decisions. These moments created real anxiety for me because I feared Tim might end up in a difficult situation from which it would be hard to escape. But I believe that with his determination and the support of the robots, he will be able to overcome all challenges and continue his thrilling journey.
I also have to mention that Tim and the robots might have encountered some not-so-pleasant moments on their path. For instance, in some areas where they conducted their research, the conditions were not the cleanest or most comfortable. Tim had to deal with dirt, unpleasant smells, and even some disgusting creatures. These moments caused me a feeling of disgust, and I could imagine how Tim must have felt discomfort in such situations. But despite this, he continued his journey with resilience and determination. It was important not only to handle the unpleasantness, but to maintain a positive attitude despite all the difficulties and discomfort.
Unfortunately, I have to interrupt this story as it's time to say goodbye. We'll finish this story in one of the upcoming videos. To make sure you don't miss it, please subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest videos. Oh, how quickly time has flown by. We've only just started our exciting journey with the wandering robots, and it's already time to say goodbye. I hope you enjoyed exploring the planet with us.
Yes, and don't forget that there's still so much more interesting stuff ahead. We'll definitely continue our adventure in the next video. So don't miss out on the continuation. Subscribe to our channel.
And please, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. I always worry that you might miss our new videos and that you'll support us. So, make sure to hit the bell icon to stay updated on all our new content.
Also, leave your comments. We always appreciate your feedback. Just try to avoid any harshness to keep the mood pleasant. Your opinions matter to us.
Goodbye, friends. Hello, dear friends. Today we're in for something truly special. This will be one of those adventures that sticks with you for a long time. We're going to play the floor is lava mode. And I have to say, today is going to be hot in every sense of the word. Imagine us jumping from platform to platform, trying to avoid the boiling lava that's literally bubbling beneath our feet. I'm already excited because this isn't just a game. It's a real test of agility, speed, and the ability to make quick decisions.
Ha! In this challenge, it's not just agility that'll be tested, but also the strength of your spirit. Because when there's lava boiling beneath you, it's not just about jumping, it's about surviving. And every step needs to be filled with adrenaline, every move carefully calculated. You think this is just a regular game? No, this is a real test. Lava doesn't forgive mistakes, and if you hesitate even for a second, it's over. You lose. So, get ready for a truly fiery show.
Oh, I'm so nervous. Lava is no joke. It's literally beneath our feet, and even the slightest mistake could lead to us ending up in a river of fire. I can imagine us trying to jump from one narrow platform to another, hoping not to slip. Every time the lava gets closer, my heart starts beating faster, and you start wondering, can I really do this? But we don't have a choice, do we? We have to keep going and hope that our skills and your support will help us get through this terrifying challenge.
Honestly, lava is just awful. All that heat, the flames everywhere, and you can literally feel the hair on your head burning from the temperature. I can't even think about it without feeling grossed out, let alone actually participate in such a challenge. But someone's got to do the dirty work, right? We'll be jumping, we'll be dodging, and all of that just to avoid falling into that fiery abyss. Just think about it. Lava doesn't forgive mistakes, and I absolutely hate losing.
But that's exactly what makes the game so exciting, friends. This isn't just a challenge for us. It's a challenge for everyone watching us. You'll see how we overcome difficulties together, how we deal with the heat, the lava, the obstacles that await us at every turn. It's a real adventure that requires not just agility but also support. And I'm sure that with your help, we'll succeed. You're with us, right?
Of course they're with us. They wouldn't leave us in a moment like this, when everything's on the line. And you know what? When things get really intense, when the lava is literally under our feet, I want to see all your support. Because in those moments, we need every drop of energy, every word of encouragement to get through this fiery ordeal. We'll fight to the end, and I know we're not alone.
Guys, we've been through so much together. These exciting moments where we overcome challenges, celebrate victories, and deal with setbacks. It's all thanks to you. If you like what we're doing and want to see even more adventures, don't forget to hit that like button.
Yes, the like button isn't just a button. It's your way of saying, keep up the great work. Every like you give us is a boost of energy that drives us to push through and tackle even tougher levels. So, come on, don't hold back.
And please subscribe to our channel. I always worry that you might miss something important. With a subscription, you'll be up to date on all our new videos and won't miss any of our adventures. I'll be a little less anxious too.
And of course, don't forget to leave comments. We always read what you write, and it helps us improve. Just keep it respectful, or it might spoil the mood. Want to see something specific? Let us know. Your opinion matters.
So, friends, likes, subscriptions, and comments are what help us grow and improve. Let's make our channel even better together. Story time. This moment starts with a story about how Tim organized a robot building contest in his yard and faced unexpected challenges. Today's story is going to be absolutely thrilling. Tim decided to host a real robot building contest right in his yard. It all started when he gathered his friends and neighbors to show what they could do. It was like a real festival. Imagine, each participant brought their unique ideas and materials to create their dream robot. The air was filled with laughter, conversation, and the spirit of competition. Each person had their own goal, to make their robot the smartest and most agile. It's especially heartwarming to see everyone around enjoying and being inspired, as it was a true celebration of engineering and creativity.
But, as often happens, not everything went smoothly, and that's where the problems began. Some robots started malfunctioning, causing a real commotion. One robot unexpectedly started moving erratically, leading to the complete destruction of other creations. People began arguing about who was at fault, whether it was the malfunction or the design itself. Real discussions and discontent flared up, especially when someone started blaming others for their robot not working properly. This led to a storm of emotions and dissatisfaction among the participants, and sometimes even conflicts arose that needed immediate resolution to prevent ruining the celebration.
Exactly. I was really worried for Tim at that moment. Despite all his efforts, some robots started failing at the worst possible times. Each time something went wrong, Tim's stress and worry increased. He tried to fix the problems on the fly, which was very stressful, especially with all eyes on him. I constantly worried that he might feel overwhelmed and disappointed due to the numerous technical issues. The drive to fix everything and ensure the contest went smoothly was a heavy burden, and I feared that he might just burn out and feel like a failure.
Oh, and let's not forget the nightmare of the mess. All those leftover parts, rusty bits of metal, and general debris piling up in the corner of the yard were dreadful. After all the technical issues, there was a real mess. Broken parts, old wires, and dirt. It all created a truly unpleasant sight. Fixing and dealing with the problems didn't add any joy to the situation. I always feel disgusted by such messes. But even in this case, Tim managed to stay calm and persistent. He tackled the issues and kept working despite all the discomfort and unpleasant moments.
But despite all the challenges, the robot building contest turned out to be a real success. Tim and his friends learned lessons from all the problems and difficulties, and each participant had a blast. In the end, even the most unpleasant moments became part of an exciting adventure. The atmosphere was filled with support and mutual help. It was a day that will be remembered for a long time, and we all came together to make it a true celebration of engineering and friendship. So let's congratulate Tim and all the participants for overcoming the challenges and making this day unforgettable. And the next story will be about a time travel adventure with an antique clock. Story is about Tim, who found an antique clock in his grandmother's attic. These clocks turned out to be magical and could transport him to different eras. He was thrilled with this discovery and decided to embark on an amazing journey. His first stop was the era of knights.
But it wasn't all smooth sailing. Tim immediately found himself in the middle of a knightly tournament where he had to face many challenges. He saw knights battling it out in the tournament, and not all of them were friendly. He had to avoid fights and find a way to gather the necessary information to get back home.
I was really worried about Tim when he ended up in a dangerous situation. He accidentally found himself in a castle full of mysterious traps and ancient mechanisms. He had to solve complex puzzles to find a way to the next stage of his journey and return to the clock.
The time-traveling adventure in the era of knights wasn't without its unpleasant aspects. Tim faced unbearable dirt and discomfort, as living conditions back then were far from ideal. It was a real test for him.
Tim successfully overcame the challenges and returned home with a wealth of incredible experiences. He saw how knights lived and learned to appreciate modern life. His journey turned out to be a true adventure, bringing him joy and new knowledge.
Although Tim went through many difficulties, he came out of this experience stronger and more confident. These challenges taught him how to handle any problems that might arise in the future.
After this journey, Tim became more cautious. He realized how important it is to be attentive and respect the past. He learned to cherish every moment and understand the consequences of his actions.
Despite all the hardships and unpleasantness, Tim appreciated the comfort of his own time. This journey taught him to value the cleanliness and convenience of modern living conditions.
We've just finished our amazing adventure with the antique clock and time travel. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. If you liked what we did, please don't forget to hit that like button. It helps us know that you enjoy our stories and want to see more.
Yeah, a like isn't just a button. It's a way to support us and show that we're on the right track. Every like is like fuel for our enthusiasm. We're working hard to create even more exciting stories and adventures, and your support is crucial. So don't hold back. Hit that button.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. I always worry that you might miss our new videos if you're not subscribed. Subscribing is your way to ensure you don't miss any important stories. We release new videos regularly, and staying updated is really convenient.
Also, leave your comments below the video. We read each one and truly value your feedback. Your suggestions help us improve our content and make it more interesting for you. But let's keep it polite. Constructive criticism and suggestions really help, while rudeness can spoil the mood.
Don't forget, your opinion is very important to us. We want our content to be just how you like it. So, leave your comments and share your thoughts. Until next time, and have a great day. Hello, my dear friends. Today we have a special adventure. We're diving into the world of Riley's prison run. This is going to be incredible because we're facing a real challenge. We'll be stuck in a prison that we need to escape from quickly. But this isn't just any ordinary prison. It's a world where everything is so strange and confusing. I just love games like this. And have any of you heard about Riley? Leave a comment if you know where this girl is from and what she's been through. I think you'll be just as surprised as I was because her story is so interesting. And while you're typing, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Your support means the world to us. And of course, make sure to hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our adventures.
Hi, guys. Oh, I'm so nervous. As soon as I heard about Riley's prison run, all these anxious thoughts started popping into my head. What if we can't escape? What if we get caught or something goes wrong? But you know what makes me feel a bit better? Your support. That's why I'm asking. Please subscribe to the channel, because with every new subscriber, I feel a little calmer. And don't forget to hit the like button. Each like is like a ray of light in this dark place. And please, guys, turn on the notification bell so you can be with us every minute of this adventure. Also, if you know anything about Riley or have heard about her before, please share it in the comments. We really need your help to get through all these challenges.
Yes, guys. Your comments, subscriptions, and likes give us the strength to keep going. With you, every adventure becomes exciting, and I'm sure we'll overcome everything. Let's start this incredible journey into Riley's world and see what mysteries and challenges lie ahead. I can't wait to see it all. So come on, friends, let's head towards new adventures. Together, we can overcome any obstacles.
What is this abomination? Is this supposed to be me? Someone thought they could create a copy of me and just put it on display like that? No way, this is outrageous. Just look at it. Distorted, ugly parody of me. Who even dared to turn me into such a repulsive creature? I'm boiling with rage. As soon as I find out who did this, they're going to regret it. No one treats me like this.
All right, everyone. Before we jump into today's story, I just want to take a moment to talk to you all. How are you doing? I hope you're feeling as excited as I am. There's so much going on, and I can't wait to share it with you. But first, let's take a deep breath and just enjoy this moment. Isn't it amazing how we can come together like this, ready to explore new adventures? I really appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Your support means the world to us, and we love hearing your thoughts. So, while we're gearing up for the story, why not drop a comment below? Tell us about something fun you've done recently, or what you're looking forward to. And if you have any ideas for what we should explore next, don't be shy, let us know. We're all ears. And we're so excited to see where your suggestions might take us. Now, I think it's almost time. Are you ready? Because I sure am. Let's start with a story about... Let's dive into the story of Jonathan, who's going through some tough times in his life. He's facing serious challenges at work and in his personal life, feeling overwhelmed and downcast. As the internal voices of joy, anger, anxiety, and disgust We found ourselves in his mind, each of us playing a unique role in helping him navigate these problems. Let's explore how we influenced his decisions and actions, aiding him in overcoming difficulties and finding a path to better self-understanding and life improvement.
When Jonathan was dealing with a terrible boss who was constantly showing him disrespect and unfairness, anger, couldn't stay passive. I said, "Listen, Jonathan, what's happening at work is simply unacceptable. This boss is clearly overstepping his bounds, and you shouldn't put up with it. You need to rise up and show that you're not going to just sit back and tolerate this. Remember, you have the right to respect and fairness, and if you don't stand up for yourself, no one else will do it for you. It's your job to show determination and stand up for your dignity. Don't be afraid to advocate for yourself and seek justice, even if it seems tough. Inside you is the strength to change the situation, and you need to use it to the fullest."
When Jonathan began to panic about the uncertainty of his future and worried about potential losses, anxiety, intervened to help him better prepare for possible difficulties. I said, "Jonathan, I see that you're experiencing a lot of stress and anxiety about the uncertainty of your future. This is a normal reaction. But let's think about how we can reduce these fears. Try to consider all possible scenarios in case something goes wrong. Think about what steps you can take to prepare for potential issues. Planning and preparation can help you feel more confident and reduce stress. Don't forget that partial preparation can significantly lower your anxiety. It's better to think ahead about possible problems to be ready than to worry about a lack of a plan later."
When Jonathan was faced with a choice that could provoke moral disgust or internal conflict, disgust, intervened to help him avoid unpleasant decisions. I said, "Jonathan, look at this situation from a different perspective. If you make this decision, how will it affect your moral state? You'll likely feel constant inner tension and regret, which can affect your overall well-being and state of mind. I advise you to avoid decisions that cause you moral discomfort and internal conflict. Find a way to resolve the problem that aligns with your moral principles and doesn't lead to ongoing internal discomfort. A decision that provokes revulsion will ultimately only complicate your life and add more stress. It's better to find a path that aligns with your inner beliefs and moral standards."
Together, we helped Jonathan tackle his inner conflicts and make more informed decisions. Each of us contributed to his development, and as a result, Jonathan learned to handle difficulties and find joy in life, even in the most challenging situations. We helped him recognize the importance of preparation and planning, and supported him in making morally sound decisions. Jonathan became more confident and learned to find joy in everyday life despite the problems he faced. We're proud to have played a crucial role in his journey toward self-improvement. This story became a significant chapter in his life, and we're glad to have contributed to his growth and well-being.
My intervention during moments when Jonathan faced injustice really helped him stand up for his rights and seek fairness. I'm proud to have inspired him to take action and not tolerate unfairness. Jonathan found the strength to fight and improve the situation, which was a major step forward for him.
My role was to help Jonathan prepare for potential difficulties and reduce stress. I helped him recognize the importance of planning and preparation, which allowed him to feel more confident and lower his anxiety. This enabled him to handle emerging problems and not let worry dominate his thoughts.
I reminded Jonathan of the importance of moral principles and helped him avoid decisions that could lead to feelings of revulsion. This allowed him to make more thoughtful and morally correct choices, which ultimately improved his overall state and quality of life. Our inner voices helped him become better and happier, and that was a true accomplishment.
So, we see how Jonathan became a more confident and happier person thanks to our support. He learned to manage difficulties, find joy in life, and make thoughtful decisions. We're proud to have helped him on this path and to be part of his development. This story was an important milestone in his life, and we're glad to have played a role in his success and well-being. And the next story is about how Tim met a girl he really liked for the first time. Her name was Emma, and the moment he saw her, he was filled with excitement and nerves. He wanted to approach her, but didn't know what to say or how to start. That's when anxiety, anger, and disgust helped him. This is so exciting. Tim finally found someone he likes. We should help him feel confident. I think the best way to start is with a smile and a simple, "Hi, I'm Tim. You're Emma, right?" It's going to be great. She'll see how friendly and awesome he is right away.
But what if he messes up? What if he says something awkward or stumbles over his words? We need to prepare him for every possible scenario. What if she doesn't like what he says? We should rehearse it all just in case something goes wrong. I'm really worried this could be a disaster.
Enough worrying. Tim needs to just be himself. If he likes her, he should go for it. There's no point in overthinking. If something goes wrong, he can handle it. Tim's strong, and he should show that. He can't let fear stop him.
Ugh, Tim's getting so nervous. It's almost embarrassing. He needs to keep it cool, show confidence, and definitely avoid anything awkward. We don't want him coming off as weird or desperate. He should be natural but not overdo it. And please, no awkward silences.
Thanks to our teamwork. Tim managed to have a great conversation with Emma, and they even made plans to hang out again. It was the perfect first step in a new friendship.
Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and leave a comment. I'm so worried we might miss something important if you don't hit that notification bell. We don't want to miss any new videos, right? Thank you for that. I hope everything goes well for you. Goodbye.
Hey there, everyone! Get ready for a fun and exciting adventure because today we're diving into the Easy Grow obby. But this one's not your typical obby. Oh no, this time you have to change your size to fit through all the crazy obstacles. That's right, we'll be growing taller and shrinking down to get through each challenging stage. Doesn't that sound awesome? Imagine towering over everything like a giant or sneaking through tight spots like a tiny mouse.
Yeah, it does sound fun, but, don't forget to be careful, everyone. Changing size isn't as easy as it looks. What if we accidentally grow too big and can't fit through a narrow passage? Or what if we shrink down too much and get stuck somewhere? There are so many things that could go wrong, but don't worry, we'll figure it out together, right?
Exactly, anxiety. That's what makes this obby so much fun. It's all about figuring out the right size at the right time. We'll need to be quick, clever, and maybe a little bit daring. But I know we can do it. And hey, while we're tackling these challenges, don't forget to smash that like button if you're as excited as we are. Also, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on any of our fun adventures. And we want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let us know how far you got in this obby and if you have any cool tips for us.
Yeah, comments are super helpful. And subscribing means you'll be the first to know when we're taking on another crazy obby or trying something new. And we love hearing from you. It makes this whole journey so much better knowing you're with us every step of the way. So please share your thoughts, your strategies, or even what part of the obby made you nervous. I mean, challenged you the most.
Let's not waste any more time, shall we? I'm so ready to see just how big or small we can go. Who's with us? Let's show this obby who's boss and make it through with flying colors. And remember, the most important thing is to have fun and enjoy the ride. After all, that's what gaming is all about, right?
Absolutely. But also, don't forget to be cautious and plan your moves. We've got this. Together, we can handle whatever this obby throws at us. So let's do this, team. I'll be right here, keeping an eye on everything and making sure we don't miss any details.
Story time. The story will be about how we used to be in the head of a scientist who invented a cure for a very dangerous disease. Oh, how thrilled I was that we ended up in the mind of such a smart person. Our scientist was incredibly talented and kind. He dedicated his whole life to science, and his goal was to save many lives. From the very beginning, we felt that it was our destiny to help him in this challenging task. Every day was a new discovery for us. I tried to inspire him, reminding him of how important his work was and how many people were waiting for his success. When he found new solutions, his heart was filled with joy, and at those moments, I felt incredibly needed. It was in those moments that he understood he was on the right track.
But it wasn't all that simple. How I raged when he encountered obstacles. Whenever something went wrong, I was literally overwhelmed with fury. Failures were frequent in the lab. Experiments didn't yield the desired results. Formulas didn't match. And each of his setbacks felt like a blow to my heart. And then I came to the rescue. Yes, I know that sometimes anger can seem destructive, but at that moment, I became his driving force. I made him fight, not give up, and push through. I embodied the fire that burned away everything in its path and cleared the way for new solutions. In those moments, our scientist realized he had to keep fighting and seek new ways to solve the problem.
Oh, and for me, it was a real test. I was constantly worried that something might go wrong. Every time he opened a new scientific journal or tried to create a new medicine, I couldn't sit still. I knew that people's lives were at stake, and every mistake could have fatal consequences. I literally didn't let him relax, constantly reminding him of the risks, that everything needed to be checked, recounted, and checked again. Every test tube, every formula was a reason for concern. I knew I had to make him be as careful as possible because the cost of a mistake was too high. But I tried to keep myself together, knowing that his focus and attentiveness depended on me.
And for me, it was a real nightmare. The lab. How unpleasant it all was. Those chemical smells, colorful liquids, strange substances. It all filled me with indescribable disgust. But I understood that if I didn't closely monitor all this, the scientist might make a mistake. I tried to keep him from using questionable ingredients and making wrong steps. When he suddenly decided to try a new reagent, I immediately felt that it could be dangerous. I literally screamed in his mind that it was the wrong decision, and he heard me. He decided to conduct additional tests and realized that I was right. That was the moment when my sense of disgust saved him from a mistake that could have cost him not only the results, but also his career.
And you know, throughout all this time, we felt that it was our collective effort. We fought, worried, and rejoiced together. And when he finally found the right formula, when the medicine was ready, I couldn't contain my joy. It was a real miracle. We knew we had saved many lives, and it was our greatest achievement. The scientist was recognized worldwide. His name became a symbol of hope for thousands of people. And although we return to the mind of another person, we will always remember this experience as one of the most significant in our lives.
We proved that even in the most challenging situations, you can find a way out if you're not afraid to fight until the end.
And if you care about every person, every life, you will definitely find the strength to be careful and attentive.
And even the most unpleasant moments can be useful if you notice and correct them in time.
Today, we embark on an exciting adventure that took place many years ago. Imagine a world where a robot, our main hero, fought against evil robots to save the planet. I, Joy, was in his head, and my role was to keep his spirits up and maintain his morale even in the darkest times. My favorite moment was when the robot first started his mission. He looked so brave that it was impossible not to feel joy for him. When he successfully won one of the battles, I felt his heart fill with pride. We shared every moment of victory, every difficulty, and rejoiced in every small triumph. These moments were not only our victories, but also our lessons. I supported him through tough times and celebrated with him in moments of triumph.
Oh, and that's just part of the story. I, Anger, was with him when things didn't go as planned. My role was to fire him up when setbacks piled up on his path. Remember that battle against the evil robot when our hero faced unexpected difficulties? I was in his mind when, enraged by his mistakes and failures, he transcended his own limitations. At such moments, I literally exploded with rage, fueling his determination and helping him not to give up. My presence intensified his resolve, and he tackled every challenge despite all obstacles. I was his inner drive, his passion, and the force that pushed him towards victory.
And I, Anxiety, played a crucial role in this journey by ensuring that our robot was always on alert and didn't miss important details. My job was to warn him of potential dangers and remind him of possible risks. I remember when he discovered the evil robot's plan to destroy energy sources. I was constantly raising alarms when he approached potential traps or threats. My anxiety helped him act cautiously, plan his steps, and avoid possible dangers. It was a tense time, but I knew my work was crucial for his safety and the success of the mission.
And I, Disgust, was present when our robot faced the most repulsive situations. such as dealing with dirty and ruined areas, or even worse, with robots using dirty tricks and cunning tactics. I recall how he looked at the disgusting condition of their bases, and I was just horrified by everything he saw. I helped him cope with these unpleasant situations by maintaining his resilience and motivation. I reminded him that, despite all these horrible and unpleasant things, he needed to keep moving forward for the greater good. My presence, though unpleasant, gave him strength and confidence. So, our robot overcame all challenges with the help of us, his internal emotions and helpers. We all worked together in his great mission, and thanks to this, the world was saved. Each of us was important and indispensable in this thrilling and complex story. And despite all the trials he went through, he continued to move forward knowing that he had reliable allies inside him who were always ready to help.
Well, our review has come to an end, and I'm so glad we could spend this time together. I hope you enjoyed our Easy Grow Obby mode. If you did, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Your feedback is very important to us, and your likes and subscriptions help us keep creating these exciting videos for you. Also, if you have ideas for future videos or suggestions for modes, be sure to share them in the comments. We always love to hear your thoughts and ideas. Thank you for being with us, and see you soon in the next videos. Goodbye, friends! Hello, dear friends. Today we're diving into the Joy Exy Berry Prison Run. But before we jump into the action, we'd love for you to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. Also, drop a comment below to let us know what video we should make next.
Did you see that terrifying thing? Joy, care to explain what that is?
Oh, guys, I totally understand why you might have gotten confused. That creepy guard does look like me, but only at first glance. It's not just another version of me. It's my twisted, distorted copy, seemingly created just to scare and instill fear. It wears my face, but its heart is filled with nothing but coldness and darkness, with no trace of the real joy you know. This copy is nothing like me in essence. It carries only darkness and danger. So be extra careful. It might try to deceive you with its appearance, but don't be fooled. Its goal is far from mine. Keep your distance and don't let it throw you off.
Fine, Joy. We'll believe you. But I've got my eyes on that twisted copy of yours. It's infuriating how it dares to wear your face like it's trying to mock us. Every time I see it, my fists clench, and all I want to do is smash that grin right off its face. How dare it taint the image of our Joy with its sick, twisted version? This whole place is getting on my nerves with its dark corners, creepy shadows, and now this distorted copy walking around like it owns the place. If it tries anything, it's gonna learn real quick what happens when it messes with the wrong emotions.
I couldn't agree more. Just thinking about that twisted version of Joy gives me chills. It's so wrong, so utterly revolting. The way it moves, the way it looks at us with those cold, lifeless eyes. It's like it's void of any real emotion. Every time it's near, I feel like I need to cleanse myself from head to toe. It's as if the air around it gets tainted, thick with a sense of dread and discomfort. And don't even get me started on that sickly, twisted smile it has, like it's trying too hard to imitate Joy's warmth, but ending up as a grotesque parody. We need to get out of here as soon as possible, because the longer we stay, the more I feel like I'm going to lose my mind in this revolting place. Let's make sure Tim knows the difference between our Joy and that vile imposter.
Story time. Since today's game mode is really scary, our story has to be equally terrifying. This story will be about how Tim faced something horrifying and mysterious when he started seeing glowing eyes in the dark, following him everywhere. Today's story starts with our hero, Tim, finding himself in a rather unusual situation. Can you imagine that every night when the lights go out, glowing eyes begin to appear from the darkness? It sounds like something out of the scariest nightmare, doesn't it? Tim began noticing these eyes when he moved into a new house recently.
Wow! Just imagine waking up at night and seeing these eyes staring at you. I'd be raising all sorts of alarms if I spotted something like that. Every night for Tim becomes a real trial. The eyes get closer and closer, as if someone is deliberately trying to scare him.
Oh, how terrifying. Tim feels his anxiety increasing every night. He tries to find an explanation for these eyes, but all he discovers are just shadows and sounds that can't be explained. He fears that these eyes might not just be a figment of imagination, but something genuinely dangerous. All this time, he's tried to stay calm, but the fear begins to consume him.
And the worst part? These eyes seem to become more and more alive and sinister. They don't just glow, they look like something nasty and foul is hiding behind them. I'd be horrified to find out that these eyes are trying to sneak up on me from the darkness. Tim finds that they can change their position, following him even in the safest places. He starts avoiding the dark and fears falling asleep.
One day, when Tim decided to investigate what these eyes really were, he found an old note hidden in a dark corner under the floorboards. The note was written by someone who had also been haunted by these eyes. It described how the eyes weren't just ghosts or illusions, but symbols of something much more sinister. Tim realized he needed to solve this mystery to end the terror.
Yeah, it's absolutely unbearable. If I were in Tim's shoes, I'd be furious. But all he can do is figure out how to deal with this horror. Fortunately, he started researching old legends and looking for clues that could explain who or what was behind these eyes.
Every action and discovery becomes more and more intense. Tim uses all his courage to face his fear, and each night becomes harder not to look into the darkness, afraid to see those very eyes. He tries using light to drive them away, but they keep coming back like an unending nightmare.
And finally, when Tim confronts what's behind these eyes, he realizes it's not something physical, but rather a mass of negative energy and fear created by people's past. The eyes were a projection of their fears and horrors, and now that Tim understands this, he knows that only he can change the situation and free himself from this sinister influence.
So friends, Tim's story about the glowing eyes teaches us that even in the darkest corners and the scariest situations, there can be light. It's important not to lose hope and to keep fighting despite all fears. We hope you enjoyed this story. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave your comments so you don't miss our exciting new tales.
Yes, and honestly, if I were in Tim's place, I'd want you to support us in our work too. All your likes and comments help us create even more interesting stories.
And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you won't miss our next videos. I hope you don't encounter horrors like Tim did, but if you do, we'll always be here to support you.
And make sure to leave your comments about today's story. We'll be happy to read your opinions and feedback. Your words help us improve.
The next story will be about how Tim encountered frightening footsteps at night. Story about how Tim faced something truly unsettling. Recently, when he returned home after a long day, he felt something strange happening. Every night as he walked down the hallway, he started hearing footsteps. At first, it was just a faint sound, almost like a whisper. But what was really odd, every time he turned around, he saw no one. These footsteps seemed to get closer and closer, and it began to trouble him. At night, when everything should be quiet, such sounds are especially unsettling.
Wait a minute, this is absolutely intolerable. If I were in Tim's shoes, I certainly wouldn't sit idly by. It's terrible when you hear footsteps and see no one. It drives you crazy. Every time Tim turned around, he found nothing. No person, not even a shadow. And yet the footsteps kept getting closer, making his heart race faster and faster. Even the bravest person would struggle with this.
Oh, this is so frightening to hear. Tim really went through a tough time. His anxiety grew with each night when he heard those footsteps. He tried to calm himself, but every time he turned around, it was just an illusion, and the footsteps kept coming. He started avoiding the hallways, especially at night. Those sounds were like a loud reminder that something was wrong. Anxiety filled his thoughts, and every night became a real torment.
And you know what's even worse? Those footsteps seemed more and more disgusting and unpleasant, as if someone or something was getting too close. Tim noticed that the footsteps were not just normal. They sounded heavy and sticky, and that sensation was absolutely repulsive. Every time he tried to figure out the source of the footsteps, he only found emptiness. It was like a constant pursuit that he couldn't escape from. The feeling was so intense that even his hands started sweating and his breathing became labored.
But here's what's amazing. One night, Tim decided to take a brave step. He brought a camera and recorded every movement when he heard the footsteps. And then something incredible happened. When he reviewed the footage, he discovered that the footsteps were actually noises made by an old radiator, which creaked and clicked. It turned out that it was just old equipment, making sounds that resembled footsteps, especially in the silence of the night.
So, it turns out all that fear was due to an ordinary radiator. All that stress and worry over something so trivial. I understand it might have been really scary, but still. How could he get so easily confused? All those nights of fear could have been avoided if he had just checked that radiator.
Nevertheless, it was an important lesson for Tim. Even the scariest situations can turn out to be simple misunderstandings or trivial things. The main thing is not to let fear control us and to seek rational explanations. Tim managed to handle the situation and now sleeps peacefully, knowing that the footsteps in the hallway were just sounds from an old radiator.
Well, we should also be cautious with the sounds we hear in the quiet of the night. Sometimes these sounds may be simpler than we think, but they can still scare us. We're glad Tim figured it out and no longer has such fears.
We hope you enjoyed this story. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and leave a comment. Let us know what Roblox mode you'd like to see next. Thanks for being with us, and see you soon.
Yes, support us so we can create more interesting and exciting stories. Your likes and comments are very important to us.
And don't forget to hit the bell to not miss our new videos. We always appreciate your engagement.
See you next time, friends. Be careful and don't be afraid to face what scares you.
Hello, dear friends. I'm Joy, and I'm so happy you're with us today.
Hey there, I'm Anger. Ready for something really exciting? We've got something special for you.
Hi, it's Anxiety. I hope you're all doing well. Today's adventure will be a bit tense, but we'll get through it together.
Hi, this is Disgust. I hope you're all ready for new challenges and interesting moments. Let's get started.
Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video. It helps us keep doing what we love.
And leave comments so we know which adventures you like the most.
Yes, and share your thoughts. It's important for us to know what you think.
Ready? Then let's go. Let's start our adventure.
Today, Tim and I are going to play Roblox in the Escape Baby Bobby Daycare mode. I think it's going to be a lot of fun and very exciting.
Yeah, let's see if we can escape this daycare. It better be challenging.
I'm already feeling a bit nervous. Daycares can be full of surprises.
Let's just hope it's not too messy. I'm not a fan of sticky situations.
All right, let's get started and see what adventures await us.
Oh no, look at this huge room. And there are so many platforms to jump across. What if Tim misses and falls? These platforms are so small and far apart. What if he loses his balance? It's so scary. I don't know if he can do it.
Calm down. Tim can do this. He just needs to focus and be careful. It's a test of strength and endurance, and Tim will pass it. Stop doubting. If Tim gets nervous, he will definitely fall. He needs to stay focused and act confidently. We have to support him, not scare him, so let's cheer him on together.
You're right, Anger. It's just, I can't help worrying. I hope everything goes well. Okay, I'll try not to stress so much. Go, Tim, you can do it. We believe in you.
That's better. Hey, Tim, watch each platform carefully, take confident steps, and don't rush. You can do this. Imagine you're a hero overcoming all obstacles in your path. You got this. We believe in you.
Today we have an incredible story about Tim who accidentally found a magical flying skateboard. Yes, you heard it right. A skateboard that can fly. Tim was over the moon when he first soared through the air, and this was the start of his amazing adventure.
But joy was short-lived. As soon as Tim began using the skateboard, he ran into problems. Evil trolls appeared in town, wanting to steal the magical skateboard. They were a real threat. Tim and his friends had to fight to protect the skateboard from these nasty trolls.
Every time the trolls showed up, I was filled with worry. I always feared for Tim's safety. For instance, when the trolls captured one of Tim's friends, he had to carry out a dangerous rescue in underground catacombs. Every step was fraught with danger, and I was terrified at the thought of something bad happening.
I can't forget what Tim had to endure. When he sneaked into the troll's lair, he stumbled upon a disgusting swamp full of sticky, foul-smelling slime. The trolls lived in filth, and their lair was filled with unpleasant odors and revolting creatures. I was just appalled by what was happening.
But despite all the difficulties, Tim showed incredible courage and ingenuity. He used the magical skateboard to skillfully maneuver through obstacles and escape from the trolls. In the end, He managed to defeat the trolls and return the skateboard to its rightful place so no one else would be hurt.
Yes, Tim did it, but it was a real battle. The trolls not only wanted the skateboard, but also destroyed half the town. Every moment was filled with conflict and aggression.
But despite all the fears and worries, Tim and his friends managed to overcome. They learned to work together and use their strengths to tackle every challenge. It was very tense, but the outcome was worth it.
And even though the adventure was full of unpleasant moments, Tim showed that with determination and bravery, you can overcome any obstacle, no matter how awful.
So, kids, that was an amazing adventure. Thanks for spending this time with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on new stories and adventures of Tim. And the next story will be about Tim, who unexpectedly found himself in an incredible world where every day repeats over and over as if he had entered Groundhog Day. At first, it seemed amazing and fun, as Tim could do anything without worrying about the consequences.
But, as often happens, not everything was smooth. Tim quickly realized that each day repeated with small but annoying changes. Even simple things, like the order in his room or what he did in the morning, became a constant source of irritation. He tried to change his actions, but nothing could alter the fact that everything started from scratch again.
What worried me the most was that Tim didn't know when this endless day would end. Every time he thought he found a way to escape or change something, he woke up again on the same day. This created a huge sense of anxiety because he didn't know how to cope with the cycle.
And not only that. Every day Tim faced the same unpleasant things. The memories of having to clean dirty spots in the house or repeatedly tidy up things that were already cleaned were just disgusting. All of this made Tim's day even more unpleasant.
But despite all the difficulties, Tim found a way to use this strange situation to his advantage. He learned to make each thing better than before. He used every repetitive day to perfect his skills, help others, and have fun. It was amazing how he turned even the most ordinary moments into something special.
Even though he continued to face annoying repetitions, Tim learned to deal with it. He stopped getting angry at every little mishap and started using his new skills to overcome challenges.
I saw how Tim became more confident and calm despite the constant repetition of the day. He learned to manage his anxiety by focusing on his goals and trying not to worry about when it would all end.
And even though many things remained unpleasant, Tim learned to take lessons from them. He stopped complaining about dirty and disgusting things and began to see them from a new perspective. It was unexpected but still useful.
In the end, when Tim learned to find joy in every moment and used his experience to improve the lives of those around him, the Groundhog Day ended. He returned to normal time, but with new knowledge and skills that helped him handle any difficulty.
And although the path was long and irritating, Tim managed to overcome this challenge and became stronger.
I was so happy to see Tim learn to cope with anxiety and find a way to handle any situation.
Yes, and even despite all the unpleasant moments, Tim was able to use his skills to make his life better. It was truly amazing.
And the next story will be about how Tim found himself on a magical island where all wishes come true. This island was full of amazing things: flying crystals, talking animals, and an ocean of chocolate milk. Tim was on cloud 9 with happiness.
But not everything was so rosy. The island had its problems. At first, Tim struggled with magical creatures who often got their wishes mixed up, leading to mishaps. Some island games were incredibly difficult and even frustrating.
I was worried about the unpredictability of the island. Every day, something new and strange happened. Snake rain, unexpected disappearances of objects, and unpredictable behavior from magical creatures. Tim didn't know what to expect, and it made him very anxious.
And I was grossed out by how some magical creatures left their mess everywhere. These creatures were messy, and there was dirt and sticky spots all over the place. Tim tried to find a way to deal with this mess, but it was quite a challenge.
Despite all the difficulties, Tim didn't miss a chance to enjoy the happy moments. He explored the island, met kind creatures, and took part in amazing adventures. In the end, he found a way to use the island's magic to make his day even more magical.
Although the island was full of challenges, Tim learned to handle them. He used his skills to overcome the toughest trials and turned frustration into motivation.
Over time, Tim got used to the strange and unpredictable events. He began to adapt to the new rhythm of life on the island and even found joy in unexpected twists.
Tim also found ways to deal with the dirt and mess. He became more tolerant of inconveniences and learned to find pleasure even in the least appealing aspects of island life.
Thus, Tim completed his adventure on the magical island, full of wonders and amazing discoveries. He learned to find joy even in tough situations and made the experience unforgettable.
Tim became stronger and more confident despite all the difficulties.
He learned to handle unexpected situations and grew more self-assured.
And even the dirt and mess didn't ruin his adventure. Tim learned to cope with inconveniences and find something positive in them.
So our adventure ends on a high note, with new knowledge and experiences that Tim will remember for a long time. Well, our stories have come to an end. We hope you enjoyed listening to them as much as we enjoyed telling them. We put a lot of heart into them and tried to make them interesting and exciting for you. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us continue creating new and thrilling adventures for you.
Yeah, and every like, every subscription, and every comment really matters to us. We want our stories to reach as many people as possible, and your support helps us a lot. Don't forget to leave comments so we know what stories you want to hear next. Your thoughts and suggestions are very valuable to us.
Thank you for being with us today. Avoid dirty situations unless they're in a story. Keep your space clean and your heart joyful. We're happy to share these moments with you and hope our stories bring you joy and inspiration.
Goodbye, everyone. See you next time.